So this is what we're gonna do. I want you all first, just give them a little bit, just tell them a little bit about who you are in your own words. Make it short, sweet, to the point, but then who they are. And then I want you to share about your new, they know who you are on Family Empire Houston. But I want you to, we're gonna talk a little bit about what you got going on too.
Okay.
Tell them who you
Short
are,
and
Chelsea.
sweet, you say.
Short and sweet, because we're gonna have a lot of talking going on. So I want you to take my rehearsed material.
Okay, all right.
Just a little bit.
Well, as mentioned, I'm the host of Chatting with Chelsea on Fox 26. It's Fox 26's first daytime talk show. And it's been, thank you, an incredible journey. I used to work in news, and we launched this in August. Already we are number one with women in our age group and up. Yes, we're taking over. We talk all about empowering women, educating, tips, tricks, all of that. So I love stuff like this. Love coming out and just sharing and just giving each other some strength to get through. Yes, I'm a single mom, so that's why I'm like, I'll take all I can get. But yeah, it was a pleasure to have you on the show, and I'm just happy to return the favor and show up for you.
I appreciate it so much. I appreciate it. D'Angelo.
It's my turn.
Turn your mic on.
Oh, yeah. Right,
she gonna show you because she a pro. She do.
Okay, thank you. Can you hear me now? Okay, it's my turn. I am D'Angelo Braden. I'm Jamisha's aunt, as she said. I was a member on Family Empire Houston. If you watched, I hope everyone watched. If not, go back on Max. You can stream it. I'm Aunt Nikki, and I'm also a licensed realtor with Braden Real Estate Group.
Yes. Woo-woo.
But most importantly, I am a mom of a special needs, handsome, soon to be 16-year-old Cody, who is on the autism spectrum disorder. So yeah, I have founded a foundation in honor of my son and the autism community. So that's what I'm going to talk about today.
Yes. I told y'all I got some great people on my stage. Okay. Yes, more of this would have come from. But I'm glad that you're here. And I put you two together for some very unique reasons. First, y'all both have children, and motherhood is so challenging and rewarding at the same time. I think I told them about me and Chelsea were in the back talking about my terrorist angel at the 2-year-old, that he's an angel and a terrorist at the same time. I know it's an oxymoron, but it is what it is. Okay. It is what it is. But we talked about, we can relate. We talked about the challenges of motherhood. We discussed all the things that, we're trying to achieve. And, we talk all the time about the legacies we're trying to leave. But I'm glad y'all are here. And one of the things that I want to talk about, especially you, Chelsea, D'Angelo, I'm going to tell on you. I'm going to tell on you, okay? I told you we're going to keep we're gonna keep it real. I forced her to come onto this stage. And I do that sometimes because sometimes I realize we got to be uncomfortable to shine. And my people, they'll tell me that all the time. Like, you have to put yourself. And she didn't want to share her story. Like, coming out of, this is not what she does. She helps everybody in the background. She's doing compliance at Braden. But she doesn't want to be seen. And she doesn't want to shine. But from your unique experience, especially being, Fox daytime show #1 amongst this beautiful audience of people, why is it important that we share our stories and what we're doing? Like, why should we do that? Like, this is what you do.
Yeah,
what is the importance of that?
Part of the premise of the show is really just sharing stories. And it's not just about having experts in and people who are professionals at what they do, but just everyday moms, right? Because a lot of that, what I get inspired by is just relatability. Like you saying how your 2-year-old is being a terror. I'm like, girl, my 4-year-old is still, it hasn't stopped. But it gives us the juice to keep going. Oftentimes, especially a lot of us have been through divorce and doing this alone. So it helps to know that we have people who can relate to us, know that there's a village out there. And, a lot of women are still working on that, building a village. So it's just good to share the stories and just figure out, hey, like, how do you handle this? Oh, girl, I do this. And okay, well, what do you do when you need childcare on this date? Oh, girl, I use this. So just being able to pass along those tips and all of that, that just makes a huge difference to me.
No, absolutely. And D'Angelo, especially with you, you're talking about just being able to have people and pull people in to be your support system in your village. Having a child on the spectrum, what type of support do you have, or do you feel you need more support?
Absolutely, you're going to forever need support. And I always say that I had a tough time on this journey. I mean, I'm finally there where I feel like I can breathe. And that's why I want to reach back and pull forward. You know, my son will be 16. So back then, I had to convince the doctors something was wrong with him. Something's not right. And they kept telling me, oh, he's just a boy. He's just a boy. Boys are delayed. But as a mom, I knew something was wrong. So it was hard finding that support, the support that I feel comfortable with. Don't get me wrong, the support is out there, but the support that I feel comfortable with. So that is what I'm focusing on, parenting support. I'm gonna have support groups. We can come and talk. So I guess I'm trying to come up with a name in it. Is it Parents Anonymous, Autism Parents Anonymous? You guys help me. But that's what I'm looking forward to because I needed that support. I didn't know where to find it. I felt lonely. I even went through depression because it can be depressing having a child with special needs. But now I have my joy, and it's still a journey. It's still a journey. And I want to be able to be an advocate and help people as much as I can. And that's what Cody Cushing is about. Not just helping families, but it's also helping teenagers and helping them develop a community confidence building, social skills, because they do struggle with that. So this is my passion, and thank you for helping me bring it out.
No, we got to. I love you. She always look out for me. I gotta look out for her. But I'm so glad you brought it up, and I want to, and I think part of us being here is talking about motherhood, and motherhood doesn't look the same way. And when I was became a mother, I have 3 children, and motherhood has looked different all 3 times. It has been different in my part of my career. I was working in corporate America. The other time I was a full-time realtor, and then I was an entrepreneur who owned a brokerage. And so even my journeys in life and who I was as a mother, professionally, emotionally, mature, it changes. So how have you seen your life change with the success of the show? I know you say you experienced divorce. You have a toddler who is very demanding. How do you manage to juggle all of that? I never say balance.
Mm-hmm.
So you see, I was off to say juggle.
Yeah.
Because balance, I feel like it's like a marathon race, but the finish line, it just keep moving further and further away. Like it's never a true finish line when you're seeking balance. But how do you navigate that and juggle all that?
I love how you brought up the fact that even though we're moms, the rest of our life doesn't stop. A lot of times people look at you a mom and you think that's the focus of absolutely everything. And although they are always on our hearts and our minds, we still have all sorts of things going on the sidelines. So after I had my son, my marriage was on a downhill, and it was not sustainable to stay under the same roof with my ex. So we separated, and my son was less than a year old at that time. But I knew it was best. I knew if I wanted to be the mother that I knew I could be, I had to leave. And that was a challenge in and of itself, figuring it out, because I never intended to have to figure it out on my own. So moving, finding a place, childcare, all of that, plus working. At that time, I was in news, so it was a challenge. I'm on the morning show. Some mornings I have to be up at 2 a.m. to be at work for, and camera ready, let me tell you, for 4 a.m.
Like
yeah. So it did for a time just feel like challenge after challenge after challenge. But one thing that I did do was work on my village. So I am blessed enough to have been raised in Houston. So I do have some family members, but everybody not gonna keep your child. So there were people that I trusted, or don't want to. Amen to that. There were people that I trusted. There were friends. Anytime somebody said, I'll help you out, whatever you need, I put them on my little sticky note list. So I was like, what, if I ever need something, do not forget this person is on standby. And so I just made sure to, keep in touch with those people, make sure that my son knew these people, because in my industry, especially when it became a talk show, it wasn't just about like the 9 to 5 hours. It was about being out in the community even more so. So then it's like, I need even more help. And so it was so important to have that list. I rely on my Google Calendar so heavily.
Calendar is everything.
Everything. Juggling all the extra and, making sure that, I'm not sending him over to their house too much, making sure it's a rotation. So it was a few things, like you said, it's not balanced, even though we do try to achieve it. But there are just a couple tricks that I would do. Because the other thing is, even once you're done with work, you get home and there's so much more to do. And so what I started doing, and this is really recently, so if y'all have kids older, you've got more experience on this. Yeah. But I did make a point to start involving him in the household stuff more. He's my little sous chef now, so he's the one to tell me when a pancake needs to be flipped. He's really good at that. But that helps me not feel like as soon as I get home, I still can't connect and spend time with him when there's still all these other things that need to be done. Try to involve him as much as possible.
Okay, well that helps a lot. Like what? So you said you use Google Calendar.
Mm-hmm.
What other type of true resources? And I think that's what a lot of people need. Like, what do you do? Like how you do? Like we'll do that, but you use Calendar.
I use Calendar. I have different calendars for different things, but other resources. My employer has a backup daycare program. And it's been the most amazing thing. And even people who work with me did not know about this program. So I encourage anybody to just check with their employer. If they don't have it, encourage them to get it. It's where I can take him even on a Saturday like today. And there are areas in Houston, daycares in Houston, that do have Saturday care, weekend care. It'll allow you to, if you need to work on the weekend, or if you just need to get other stuff done, or if you just need a minute to yourself, be able to, have your kids in a safe place where they can have fun. They're not in front of the TV all day, which is what I appreciate the most about it. He's playing, he's doing activities, and then I get to handle my business, and we come back and we have pizza night or whatever.
Okay, make it happen. Yeah. But when you're together, it's intentful.
Yes,
like it's with intention. So I love that. What about you, D'Angela? How do you kind of navigate life as a successful realtor? You been on the show that was a time consuming. You have a college age daughter. You have Cody,
I'm 19.
The new the foundation starting up. How are you doing this? Oh, and she's also our her mother's realtor. That's a whole nother occupation. And property manager. But anyways, I ain't gonna tell them all your business. I'll let you do that. Go ahead.
To be honest with you, you just want to be straight.
Do y'all want honesty? Y'all want transparency? What do you want? Come on.
My therapist.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
My therapist.
Yeah.
Yeah. So without my therapist, I probably wouldn't. And oh, Heavenly Father, thank you above, wouldn't be here. And I make sure I check in. She helps me stay balanced, help me breathe. Remember to breathe. But therapy has been a blessing for me. Yeah. And learning how to put myself first again. But I wouldn't trade what I've been through and what I'm going through for anything. So, I'm at the point in my life where, like I said, I want to give back. I have my joy. I want parents of special needs kids to find their joy. So, yeah.
I love that. I love that so much. Thank you for sharing that. And I think, too, when we're talking about building legacies and creating legacies, we have to also reflect on our journey. And I think so much we want to just create a new identity or a new world for ourselves that we have imagined, like, oh, I can see myself in the south of France. I do see myself in the south of France. But yeah, in all these new places I want to, cultivate for myself. But I have to consider that the world that would happen, my journey, the things that happened in the past that brought me to the point I am now. And I like the fact you said you wouldn't take back anything. And I know what you've been through, but it helped craft you to who you are, today. So talking about the legacy of what, especially in media, like, how do you just take it all in? Like, it's so many people, like other, women, Black women, just anybody that in that profession. And what is the legacy that you truly want to leave for yourself or cultivate for yourself in this space? That's a great question. Oh, I'm glad you liked it. That wasn't even ChatGPT. Hey!
you,
so
girl.
fun.
I saw
That was
you.
me.
I will say the legacy that I want to create is a space for everyone to feel comfortable being who they are. So I am very open about, my hot mess mom moments and all the things that don't come together. My Christmas tree is still up. Don't even say anything. It's, it's gonna be an Easter tree a little bit.
No judgment over here. You don't know me very well, do you?
I think it's just a better world when we all are upfront and honest and not trying to put on a face and impress people. Let's just be who we are, because from there we could build, and from there we could connect better. And that's really what I want to do.
I love it. I love it, man. That honest, yes. I love that honest transparency. I told Latoya, I was just like, she was like, she was like, do you want to do focus on like mommy blogger? I was like, is it the bloggers with the junky houses? I was just like, my kitchen don't look like the little. I'm not gonna be making little kitty snacks. I was like, my kids eat Lunchables, and they eat. I'm not cutting out little smiley faces. I was just like, that is not me. I was just like, so we could talk about how my kids missed the bus because I overslept that morning,
Amen.
and we just got there. Yes,
I'm the late mom.
Don't judge me. Don't judge us.
Yes.
Don't judge us. Okay. Oh, we besties? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you. But I think the world is a better place. And I say this all the time when we can show up as our authentic selves.
Absolutely.
We think people want to see this version of ourselves, but they really talk about the fake people. Y'all know y'all do. Because y'all be telling me. I don't listen because I don't listen to no mess. But no, y'all don't know, like, oh, she a fake, she a fraud. People want you to show up as your authentic self, okay? Like, it is all right. And if you're around people who you can't show up with authentically, you need to find a different room of people. Yes. You stated earlier about creating your village. And when you said that, I was like, I need to hold on to that because I want to come back to it. Your village is so important. And what both of you have said about navigating this space of life is that you have to be able to ask for help. Absolutely. And we got to ask for help. Put the pride to the side. If they say no, so what? My aunt told me, she's not here. She said, come back to the kids. She said, never ask anybody, do they want to watch your kids? She said, tell them, I need you to watch my kids.
Yeah.
She said, let them deal with their boundary issues. If they don't have boundaries and they couldn't tell you no. But if you ask, she said, I'm going to always tell you no. Because no, I don't want to watch your kids. Right. She was like, but will I watch your kids? I will watch your kids. So we have to ask for help. And it's okay asking for help. And if they say no, so what? Ask somebody else who will help you. And then if they say no, then figure it out. Because at the end of the day, we're going to figure it out anyway. Because that's what we do. Yes, go ahead.
And you know what? You're absolutely right. And it wasn't until I started asking for help that I felt like I could breathe. Because I just was like, I'm Superwoman. I can do it on my own. I'm Superwoman. I can do it. I don't want to ask for help. It was shame. It's shameful to ask for help. But once I started asking for help and saying, I need help, I felt, I'm telling you, it took a burden off of me. And now I am not scared to ask for help.
Hallelujah. Speaking of the cape, I'm looking at Latoya. So Latoya had an event, She Makes We. And I see your time clock, Brianna. So we had an event at She Makes We. And we talked about the cape. We want to be, Superwoman. I told them, y'all can burn my cape. Y'all can burn it. Y'all can put it in the trash can. Because I had the cape before. Yeah. Like I wore that cape like it was armor and it was a badge. I would wear that cape so tight that cape turned on me and choked me. That cape choked me. It burned me. It suffocated me because I was trying to be superwoman, super entrepreneur, super boss, boss CEO. Yay. I'm a tired CEO. I'm trying to figure it out CEO. I hope my payroll will run CEO. But anyways, but we have to stop trying to create, that superwoman because it's unsustainable. It's unsustainable. But what legacy, you kind of leaned into it, kind of the legacy that you want to leave. And, but I love to see it. I love to see it. And what are y'all creating, especially for your kids? Are you allowing your kids to see what y'all are doing?
Yes. This has become one of my favorite things. There have been days where I don't have the backup care, or something else happened last minute, so he comes to work with me. So I have a little industry baby now. He's been on the set. There was one lady who the other day was saying he's so well behaved, and I
Yeah.
not at home, but
Never at
but
home.
on the set he's good. And he's watching. He's being attentive. But at one point he came up, and this is just another relatable mom moment. He came up and he was just hanging on me, and then he does a little nibble like. And I said, I know. First of all, no, this has not happened in front of anybody before, and I was so embarrassed. He's 4, but he said, "I love you" after, right? And there was a lady on the side of the studio, and she said, "I am so glad I saw that because my little boy does the same thing, and I thought it was something wrong with him."
We're not saying nothing is wrong with them. We just saying we love them anyway.
Yeah, it's mutual. But yeah, I love being able to share what I do with him, and just being his mom in this industry has taught me so much, including just going with the flow and knowing that I'm gonna be loved regardless. Like, he has taught me unconditional love. So whatever might be going on with me one day, if I'm a little tired and I'm not put together, he doesn't care. He does not care about my fupa or my feet not being oiled up enough. He's good. And, and I've learned the same thing when it comes to the people who support you, whether it's your clients or your family, or people that you network with. I've learned that the people who like you are going to like you regardless. Like, they are not nitpicking in that same way. You're going to have the people who do that, but they have no effect on your purpose and you fulfilling what you need to do. So just keep going, and trust God that he's going to put everything in place, because that continues to happen. Even though I might feel overwhelmed and there's no way I can do all of this, it still happens. And we make it happen every day, and he makes it happen every day.
Makes it happen.
Absolutely.
Yes, man, y'all were amazing. So before we wrap up, I want to see if it's anything that you two want to share. It could be about legacy, it could be about motherhood, it could be about life, where we could find you all. Just drop us that last bit of nugget before you leave this stage. And I just definitely want to hear it. Go ahead.
Oh, yes. You can find me on social media, Instagram. I'm Miss D'Angela B. My son's foundation, Cody Cushion, is Cody Cushion on Instagram and CodyCushion.com. And also on Facebook, I'm D'Angela Brayton. So please reach out to me. I want to be a resource. I want to be there to help you. Our organization will have free events, no cost to parents. And we're going to focus on social confidence building and parent support. So that's taking the kids on field trips. We want them to experience a non-artistic life like we do. We want them to experience the joy and happiness as a non-artistic person. And that's what I aim to do. And I'm looking forward to parent participation of parents and grandparents of kids on the spectrum. So, yeah, you can find me that way.
Okay, I love that. Yes. Okay, you can find me at Chelsea Fox 26 on Instagram. If you send me something on Facebook, I will probably never see it. But Chat with Chelsea again. That's Monday through Friday, 12:30. It re-airs at midnight as well, and then we're national on Fox Soul, streaming nationwide now. People have been sending me stuff like, "Oh, I see you in Florida," so it's really cool. You guys reach out if you have. I'm always open to show ideas. It's really all about empowering and educating women. So anything under that, or if you just want to talk about your hot mess moments with me, please share. Make me feel better. But I love this. I love you bringing us together, this whole community of women lifting each other up. And thank you so much for having us.
Thank you,
So
Madam
great.
Broker.
Thank y'all so much. We got 2 minutes and 28 seconds. If y'all have any questions, anyone have any questions? Yes, go ahead. Can somebody hands a mic? There you go. He covered. Thank you. Thank you.
Fast.
Mish up here in the front. Yes, Mish. I love Mish, by the way.
Hello. Ladies, you look beautiful, by the way. And with that said, can you talk a little bit about any self care routines you have for yourself? I mean, at some point, you've got to step back and take care of yourself, and you both sound like you do. So, what is the routine?
Start. Okay. Well, I think I've already spoke about one, and that was therapy. Yeah, I'm putting myself first. So my boundaries are very important. So I have no problem saying no. I think I think it should just start with that. So just learning how to say no. That was challenging, but I've overcome that obstacle now. And just like I said, traveling, making sure I take some me time for myself, and not feeling guilty about it because you do. And I went through all of those emotions, feeling guilty and questioning why and how could I do. Oh, but no, I'm past that. So I'm here to help others get past that. Okay, because our kids get grown and you are on your own.
Amen. Oh, I will say I've just gotten good at this recently. I've had like skincare just stocked up for the longest. And I actually was like, hey, you know what? We're going to get a routine going. We are going to start actually using all these things instead of just passing out on a pillow every night. So that's one thing. And then I did get a trainer because I did want to improve my health. That's a long-term goal. I want to be here for my son. I don't care how big he gets. I'm going to continue to pick him up. And so I got to be strong to do that. And so I found that even though before, pre-mom, I would work out regularly. It wasn't an issue. Now I need to meet somebody. I need somebody to hold me accountable. And I just had to come to terms with that and say, this is a part of my life I'm going to invest in.
You have to put it on your calendar too.
Oh, girl, yes.
Yeah, I need to. I ain't put it on my calendar. That's why it didn't happen. Yes. Anyone else have a question? All right. Well, I guess with no other questions, if y'all could give them a wonderful applause. I thank y'all so much. This just made my spirit just so full.
Thank you. Thank you. I couldn't wait.
Thank you for having
So please follow them, check them out on their sites. And if you don't do it for yourself, do it for me because I really appreciate you all being here. And Latoya will be which would be with you all soon, after the event is over because I have something exciting for my guests. So if you're a guest on my show, you get really nice things later for those watching as well. So yes, we have something coming up.